Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be answering you guys' assumptions about me. I asked you guys on Instagram to tell me what you assume about me and told you guys I was going to make a YouTube video about it. So here it is. And while I answer these assumptions, I'm going to be installing this curly ponytail that I got from Unice. I got 3 curly bundles. I only had to use 2. I got 3 curly bundles of hair that I'm just gonna wrap around, and then I'm gonna brush it out so that it's big like this. So let's get into it. Okay, so the first assumption says you don't want kids. And that's not an assumption. I've said that several times on every last one of my social media platforms. I've said it on the show. Woo. But yeah, no, kids are a no for me. And to be honest with you, I've said this before. I know that it's not the same thing, but honestly, getting a puppy kind of made me realize that I definitely can't do a kid. Like, I can barely do the dog. What am I gonna do with a whole human? Like, you're responsible for like another human's life. Like, I can't handle that. And then on top of that, to be honest with y'all, I really don't like kids. Do I think kids are cute? Yeah, when you can give them back to the parent that they belong to. I could not live my life around a kid. They are so annoying. And on top of that, I like my life. I like being able to travel at the drop of a dime. I like if somebody texts me and asks me, can I do something? Can we do this? Like, can we do that? Like, I don't have to worry about, oh, well, I have to figure out where my kid is gonna go, or, oh, well, I have to drop little Thomas off at daycare. Give me like a second. Like, no, I don't have to worry about that. And honestly, like, I'm kind of selfish. I don't see myself sacrificing things that I like to do because I have a child, which is what you kind of have to do as a parent. Like, your kid comes first. I can't do that. I mean, I can do it, but I mean, I don't want to. And it would be very irresponsible of me to have a kid for the sake of having a kid, knowing that I don't want one. The second assumption says daddy pays your bills. At one point, yeah, my dad did pay my bills. He paid my bills for a very long time. I'll say my dad stopped paying my bills maybe 2 years ago. I mean, if I needed my dad to pay a bill today, he still would. But I mean, I have a girlfriend now who takes care of mostly everything in our household. And if she needed me to take care of something, I can. But she doesn't want me to. So if you're asking if I'm just paying like all these bills, I'm gonna be honest with you. The answer is no. My dad paid my bills for all of my life, and my girlfriend is very adamant on the fact that we are in a relationship. I'm not her roommate, so we don't split things down the middle 50-50 like roommates do. She pays for most of the stuff. And do I take care of some bills? Yeah. I'm the one who stays home all day, so of course I pay the electric bill. I buy the groceries because I'm the one that cooks. And it has nothing to do with capability, because I am very capable of paying all these bills by myself, and I'm very capable of splitting the bills if she ever needed or wanted me to. But that is just not what my girlfriend wants me to do. And my dad, I'm his kid. He always took care of me. I'm not gonna feel bad about that. I have so many like comments and DMs and like hate messages from people who send me things and say things like, oh, well, she doesn't know what it's like to struggle, and she doesn't do this because her parents always took care of her. Yeah, they did. I don't know what it's like to struggle. My parents made sure of that. I don't know what this obsession is with everybody wanting all Black people to have got it out the mud. I didn't get it out the mud. My parents didn't want me to get it out the mud, and luckily I never had to. I hear these people's stories about how they grew up, and I'm very fortunate that I did not have to grow up that way, and I'm not gonna feel bad about it. You can be spoiled and still have a grasp on reality. I'm not a spoiled girl with my head up in space and I don't understand the horrors of life, and that's not me. I just don't have to broadcast that. I'm not the person that gives a homeless person $200 and I pull my phone out and record it. I'm saying all that just to say that a lot of people equate being spoiled with basically like being a bitch, and that is not the case at all. So yes, my daddy did pay all my bills for my life, and then I met my girlfriend, and my girlfriend pays bills. But if my girlfriend were to leave me tomorrow and my father said that he's not paying my bills anymore, I can pay my own bills because I make my own money and I have a nice savings account. Okay? That one took too long to wrap around, so I'm gonna leave it doubled up this time. No assumptions, but can you talk about how to deal with homophobia, please? Dealing with homophobia, a lot of people that I encounter who say kind of like homophobic things don't realize what they're saying. So I would say the best way is just education. There are so many people that have offended me, child, and they don't even know that they offended me. So the best thing to do is to educate them. Now, there are some people out there that don't care to be educated on the matter. And to be honest with you, that's not your problem. That's a them problem. And you don't need to go out your way to make somebody understand something that they don't want to understand. That's not your issue. That's their issue. I'm not about to stress myself out trying to teach you about my sexuality. No, I'm just going to live my life and be happy. The next assumption says she looks bougie. And to be honest, I know these are two different assumptions, but I feel like they kind of go hand in hand. The one that asks if my dad pays all of my bills. Am I bougie? Like, what does bougie mean? Let me look bougie up. Like, what does that even mean? Anything that is perceived as upscale from a blue collar point of view. So if you're asking if I think I'm upscale, yeah, every girl that takes care of herself can be considered upscale. You don't have to come from money to be upscale. I don't understand. I'm telling y'all, that just goes back to me saying, like, what is this obsession with wanting black people to act a certain way? When Paris Hilton acts bougie, we love it. We love it. People make shows based off of that girl's personality. But when a black girl does it, I'm getting called names. I'm stuck up. Just all this different shit that just is not true. Being humble does not mean that I have to hide my blessings. Like, how is that affecting you? I do not have a false sense of reality. I know that anything can happen at any moment where I would have to fend for myself, and I am always prepared for that. Next assumption, please. You want a husband eventually. No, I don't. I'm gay. I'm a lesbian. I'm not attracted to men at all, whatsoever. I believe a man asked me that. It wasn't even a woman that asked me that. Like, men, I don't know what it is with men and their egos. Like, they just refuse to believe that a girl is a full-on lesbian. Like, we just cannot go through life without having a man. Let me tell you this. I don't want you. I do not want a husband one day. That is not anything that I fantasize about. I want a wife. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty positive that my wife is the girl that I'm in a relationship right now. I'm pretty positive we're going to get married. I don't need a man. I don't want a man. I am not attracted to men. And there's nothing that y'all can do for me. Is you, not are you? Is you and Remarkable still beefing? Me and Remarkable weren't beefing in the first place because I don't care. I don't know how many ways that I can say that I do not care about this situation enough for it to even be called a beef. It was a Twitter argument that went too far. I don't even care to have a conversation about it anymore. We don't need to hash it out. We don't need to have a long, drawn out conversation about what happened because we were never friends in the first place. So to answer your question, no. You like to go out a lot and you like to drink a lot of alcohol. This is partly true. I'm actually very much a homebody. So no, I do not like to go out a lot. I do like to go out, but you can ask my friends, like, getting me to come out is like a task. But when I do go out, it's lit. I'm drinking until 7 a.m. I'm coming home and making my girlfriend wake up so that I can tap that ass. I am wasted. You don't get along well with a lot of people and you are bougie as hell. I'm getting a lot of like the same questions asked in different ways. I get along well with everyone. If we don't like each other, if I don't like you, it's like for a reason. Like, I get along well with everyone. I don't just walk around having issues with people. Like I said, people, that question was exactly what I said earlier. They're equating being spoiled or having money or growing up privileged to me being a bitch. I'm not a bitch. I don't just walk around being a bitch. Like, that's not what being privileged means. That doesn't mean that there aren't people out here that are privileged that are just mean-spirited and bitches, but that's just their personality. That's not because they got money. Just like there are people in the world that didn't grow up wealthy and walk around with a chip on their shoulder. That's like, one does not have anything to do with the other. If you're just a bad person, you're just a bad person no matter how you grew up. Make sense? You quit growing up hip-hop. I get asked this question every single season. Why? I don't understand, y'all. There are 3 growing up hip hops. There's a growing up hip hop Atlanta, there's a growing up hip hop New York, and there's a growing up hip hop LA. Whenever growing up hip hop Atlanta stops airing and they start airing another one, I get flooded with DMs and comments of people saying, why aren't you on growing up hip hop anymore? Because it's not my season. It's not my turn. I'm not on all of them. But in all actuality, there will come a time when I am not on the show anymore. The goal is to get off of the show. The goal is to use the show's platform to be able to do something else with your life. I do not want to be a reality TV star for the rest of my life. That's not my path. And doing YouTube has kind of given me something else to do outside of this show. Because before, I was kind of forcing it with the clothing line, and I just have kind of been floating around when it comes to my career because I just don't know what I want to do with my life. And when I turned 30, I kind of started panicking because I was like, well, at this point, now I'm old. I'm too old. It's too late for me. And I've realized that that's not true. YouTube has been a great outlet for me, and I'm very confident that if I continue to be successful on YouTube and being consistent and being genuine, that other opportunities will come from this, and then I can eventually branch out from growing up hip hop, because that should be the goal, for us to phase out and for new people to come in. Somebody put the assumption that I'm mean. I feel like this just goes hand in hand with everything else that I've been saying, so I'm not even gonna respond to that. You and Amy have fake relationship. No, I have been with my girlfriend for I think 6 years now, so I would hope that nobody has the patience to fake a relationship for 6 years. That was kind of a weird question. Like, fake? We have a fake relationship? What am I gaining by having a fake relationship? My girlfriend is barely on the show, so what do I gain from having a fake relationship? Here's another one, that I'm rude and unapproachable. I'm not gonna go into this whole thing again, but this just goes back to what I was saying earlier, that you guys equate people that have money with being rude, and I just don't appreciate that. And the last one that I screenshot, because they kind of all said the same thing, that they assume that I am mean and stuck up. I feel like a lot of these people who responded to my assumptions can't watch my YouTube channel. There's no way that you watch this YouTube channel and assume that I'm mean or stuck up. Like, do you see this? Do you see this personality? Like, it's here. I'm approachable. Anybody who ever walks up to me and asks for like a picture, anybody who ever walks up to me and asks me anything, like, I am the nicest person in person, on TV, on YouTube. Like, no, I'm not stuck up. You, like, please stop assuming that. That actually kind of hurts my feelings that people think that I am stuck up. Am I uppity? Am I bougie, or whatever the term is that you guys want to use? Yes. But I am very down to earth, and I am a nice person that happens to like nice things. Does that make sense? Anyways, those were all of my assumptions. Do you guys like my curly ponytail? I do. I love curly hair now because I don't gotta straighten my shit. That is it for today's video. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you in my next one.